Good morning, guys. Yes, so I'm a little tired because I slept so and so tonight, like a good amount of hours in total, but I ended up being awake for a little bit before I slept the last 2 hours. So I woke up kind of like, ugh, like this. But okay, so today it's Wednesday, third day of alternate day fasting week, and today we're doing a full day of eating. So I prepared here. It's kind of funny. The only use I have for newspaper is as a big plate. Yeah, don't worry, I don't pay for these these are the free ones. The only reason I don't put a sign on my mailbox is for this purpose. If you didn't know, I'm actually a journalist, like officially. In another life, I took an exam for journalism. But so, okay, what I'm gonna eat here first are some pickled cucumbers. Just lovely to break a fast with, very salty, I already had some pink salt with some water. Then we have a potato for some potassium mainly, a little starchy carbs. Some carrots, which is mainly really for me. I've had, since I quit nicotine and, severely decreased my caffeine consumption, I've suffered from some constipation temporarily. It's natural. Everything was working well. My gut had adjusted to these substances, but yeah. So a little bit of fiber really, and just for satiety, because sometimes I would have an even bigger meal here, breaking a fast the first, but it's specifically for the alternate day fasting. I'll tell you more about how I think about the whole plan at the end, and I'll tell you about each meal like this. Then we have the orange juice, again a little fiber because it's not without pulp. Fructose stimulate the liver. Fructose is more easily made into liver glycogen, and the liver is the one that can donate glycogen to the muscles. The muscles can't donate glycogen to the liver. And then we have my favorite thing here. It's okay, let me show you. It's kefir, so a kind of sour milk. And then this is the least natural part of my diet, you could say. I have these two sakas. Can you see what it says on the top here? Like, it's protein and carbs in powder form. And so I'll show you. It's this protein powder. I have no affiliation to my protein. This is just my favorite. If you find a favorite to make, like mixing with something like sour milk, way better than yogurt in my opinion, because what is the word? Like the tartness, like the little acidic, component to it. But yeah, and the carb powder is maltodextrin, which I really, I don't recommend it. It's very clean. It could screw with some people's guts. I've been doing fine with it, but think of it like this. I'm telling you about my day of eating, like as an athlete really. I train 6 times per week. Normally it becomes 4 times this week because I'm fasting in between, but I'm moving on the days. I'm a very, very active person, and so it's just for the amount of calories I need to have something like this, especially on this alternate day fasting week when I eat more on the days than I would if I eat several days in a row. It's just convenient for me to get all the calories in. And yeah, on a supplement, I'm not a big supplement guy. My creatine is away right now, so I would show, but I do have some creatine still. I don't really think I need to have that because I eat so much red meat, and there's a whole bunch of creatine in red meat. Since I have it, I don't think it hurts. So creatine and some vitamin D, because here in Sweden, like I was out in the sun a whole lot this summer, and the best ways for humans to get vitamin D is through sunlight. But here in Sweden we get them in the winter. So yeah, supplementing with vitamin D, very important for testosterone, but also like hormones, happiness hormones, serotonin. So yes, not big on supplements with these things. I do take. Yes. Okay, but without further ado, let's eat some. There's a good taste. It's a little disappointing. The store I was at only had this brand, and the other one usually when it's much more crunchy, it would go like and this one, it's still good. I should tell you the carbs I'm having. I just totally are convenient, but it's really, I might have some carbs with the other meals in form of some juice, maybe some carrots, you know. But basically, I have these carbs with this meal. It's only to fuel my workout later. This is the carb heavy meal, you know. Everything else will be not zero carb, but low carb. Pre-boiled potatoes. I mean, sometimes I eat potatoes with a meal, but if a lot of times I eat rice, but one potato for the potassium is good. And now for the main thing. I forgot to say, I do add some blueberries and raspberries frozen. I prefer them. I have Rice Krispies, Rice Puffs sometimes, but I don't have any right now. And you know, I treat myself to a little bit more of the berries on a day like this. Oh. Like, it looks so good, you know. It's like this. You see it? Yeah. Very, very good. It's so good. I know I showed you the protein, but it's cookies and cream from My Protein. Yeah. I use the Impact Diet Whey version. They put some other things that could be useful, like green tea. Like, I do believe that there are some health benefits from green tea. It's just disgusting and a bother to drink so much, especially when you already eat so much, as I do, you know. Oh, I maybe should have said, I don't remember if I said it, but if it isn't clear, I'll put this at the start. Today is the day 3. I fasted yesterday. This is the breakfast meal. Maybe I should tell you the concentration for this thing. Like, I take about 35 centiliters of the kefir. Could be any sour milk, really. 2 scoops of that My Protein powder. The scoops are like 0.7 deciliters. And then the maltodextrin are another scoop. I think it's I don't know the size of that thing, but I know it's 100 grams of carbs from the maltodextrin. And this, most times I do it without maltodextrin or with just a little bit, because, you know, I don't alternate day fast and like this and try to put all the carbs in, you know, like fast carbs at the start of the day, so that you could skip. It tastes really good without it. I guess the maltodextrin makes it a little sweeter, you know. So I'm all done now. Yes, I'll go take a digestive walk, the 10-minute walk, stand efforting, and then I'll go train in like 1 to 2 hours, and then I'll see you for my lunch. Alright guys, so I had a nice workout there. So for my second meal here, I'll have, you know, I told you, if you've been following the first videos from this alternate day fasting week, I come over some cheap ground lamb. So this is 500 grams, I'll use about 2/3 for this meal, and a half a pack of bacon. And a pack here is 140 grams, so 70 grams of bacon. For some variety in the taste, but also I use the fat to fry this in. You know, it's kind of fatty already, but this kind, you kind of need to put some fat in the pan if you don't want it to stick too much, but I get around it this way. I will do the math with the calories at the end of this video, by the way. Yes, now I'm gonna cook this. So, I'm not gonna show you when I eat this time, but there you go. See the little patties there? You see, I will have, you see it? Yeah, another glass of juice, like 25 centiliters. That and this carrot, really the only carbs with this meal. I did have some pickles too. But yes, I'm gonna enjoy this carrot and soon this. And I'll see you at the next meal. One last thing I almost forgot. I have some cranberry juice now. I have had like really shitty cranberry juice, you know, from concentrate, but also with added like fructose, like fruit syrup shit, you know. And also, it's not, they say cranberry juice, but I put a bunch of other fruits in there. I just want the cranberry juice because iodine, because of iodine. I mean, you can use iodized salt, but many of us in our diets these days, it's something we lack, iodine. Especially for us, like that train a lot and sweat a lot, it can lead to neck pain. If you have pain in the neck and it doesn't seem to have to do with, like, you know, too much tension or something, it could be iodine deficiency. But so I found this, that it's still concentrate, but it's at least 100% pure cranberries. It's been pasteurized, but, you know, way better at least. So I'm gonna try this now. You know, it's actually really nice. It's not sweet at all, but I don't mind. You know, sweet tastes. I've, you know, I get it some from the orange juice. I get it some from the protein powders with the sweeteners, and it's nice and all. But removing so much sugar from my diet, I don't really have a big craving for sugar. And yeah, it was kind of nice. I would enjoy this as a, you know, meal drink, say in Swedish. But yeah, I'm gonna finish it. Next meal, see you at next meal. Yes. Alright guys, it's time for meal number 3. Yes, I'm still wearing this. You know, I was out for a long walk after the second meal, being on the phone, and I came inside, so I will shower, okay? Just give me a break. But so, I figure I don't put the camera so good here, so I had to kind of crouch. But I made kind of an omelette, 4 eggs, the rest of the ground lamb, like 150 grams. The rest of the bacon, 70 grams again, and some mozzarella, 125 grams. And here, it was in the oven, just put it here now, but just some salmon. So the eggs here, really, it's the most bioavailable protein for us humans. The egg yolk, it's the, you know, healthy fats, zinc, other great micronutrients. Like all the demonized foods turn out to be the best, you know. Salmon here, you know, some healthy fats, omega-3s, but all vitamin D through food. Also magnesium. It's my favorite source for magnesium. That's also common that people are deficient in these days. But yeah, you won't be having to watch me. I will actually return for 1/4 meal after this. See you then. Alright, so I kinda sorta screwed up the last meal here. I was gonna have some eggs with some cheese. I went to buy things. I thought I had another pack of eggs. But I don't. So I ended up having one more of these, but without the maltodextrin now. I did buy the Rice Krispies. You know, they are barely calories, just for texture, satiety really. But, you know, I try to make it a rule that only 1 meal with protein powder per day. But yeah, you know, it's fine. Quick fix like this instead of running down, getting more eggs, which I will do to the next eating day. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna go outside on a walk and tell you how why I've been eating the way I do today. Alright guys, officially a 10-minute walk fasted now. So, quick summary here. You know, I told you about everything I ate, went into detail about why with some of the things. You know, many of the things, as you can tell, my diet is not fully carnivore, but very, very animal-based. With the animal foods, there comes so many micronutrients that are important. The B vitamins, the magnesium, the zinc, the heme iron, the creatine, much good stuff. So, okay, the first meal there, with a kefir, protein combo there, and some juice and stuff, it was like 1,000 calories. The next meal, the lamb with the bacon, basically 1,200 calories, and some juice there too, and the cranberry juice. And then we had that omelette and the salmon. Biggest meal, it was kind of like 1,400 calories there, yes. And then the last little meal there, that's not even 500 calories, like 400 calories. So to overshoot it, you know, I ended up probably at like 4,000 calories there. And so that seems like quite a lot, right? But, you know, I'm doing alternate day fasting, someone like me, putting in the workload I do in the gym and walking so much, at least 20,000 steps each day on this fast, normally like 15,000 at least. Now, putting in a little extra effort on this week But my maintenance usually is like 3,500 calories. So you can see if I eat 4,000 calories on 2 days, you know, because I do the alternate day fasting, that's 2,000 calories per day. Still very big deficit, right, of 1,500 calories there. So yes, it might seem like a lot, but it really isn't. And why the 4 meals, you know? Well, it's really because of me and the way I train. I want to maintain strength and muscle as much as possible doing this. And protein synthesis is spiked when you do resistance training. Protein synthesis is like the storing of protein as muscle, but there's a constant process in your body, protein synthesis versus degradation, and it gets turned up from resistance training and from eating protein. But if you eat protein too close, like I eat something with protein and then just wait an hour and eat more, like the elevation effect from eating the protein won't be a new one. You have to wait at least 3 hours for that. So what I do is really, I spaced these 4 meals out, and it ended up becoming like 11 hours. Started at 9, ended here with the last meal at 8. So it's really about maximizing the protein synthesis from the food here. And that's also why the last meal, you know, was the smallest, because I wanted to digest as fast as possible. You know, normally I don't want to eat this close to going to bed. I go to bed at like between 10 and 11 most days. And it's really, you know, I want to get in that protein for a last protein synthesis spike there. But yeah, that's really it. So, and yeah, you know, I do like intermittent fasting. Do the 8-hour eating window most days when I'm not doing alternate day fasting. But if you think about like health benefits and stuff, you know, sure, my eating window was a little longer today, but you know, it's, you know, to be honest, as you can tell, intermittent fasting isn't really the best for building muscle. You can. I did it very successfully on 3 meals in the 8-hour eating window earlier this year, but it's not the whole world. It's not everything, you know. But I like to do it when I don't do alternate day fasting. And now see it this way too, like now I'll be going at least 36 hours until I eat again. So, you know, why does it matter? A little outstretched eating window on a day followed by a longer fast like that, I don't think I can feel like I'm losing out on the health benefits of fasting. But yeah, so this was the full day of eating with me, Theo, on the alternate day fasting week. Tomorrow I'm fasting again. I mean, I'm technically already fasting, but yeah, so please leave a comment what you thought about this. Please subscribe if it was the first video you saw with me. Please like the video to help me out, and I'll see you guys. Peace. I realize now that the video is kind of long and will take some time to mix, so I will go on a 3-kilometer walk in the forest while it mixes and then upload it for you guys. Okay, peace.